So today's session, as I said, today's session is an amazing session. Okay? Akhilesh. Today's session is amazing session because today is one of the key mindsets. Okay? One of the key mindsets which are required for anyone if one wants to grow in their business and wants to create magic. So today in this session, I'm going to share 4 powerful mindsets, okay? 4 powerful way of being, which will help you to move away from the normal to the extraordinary. Now, everybody wants that. Who doesn't want to be extraordinary? Come on. If I ask someone, thank you, Vikas. If I ask someone that do you want to be ordinary or extraordinary, they say, of course, extraordinary. Of course, this, of course, that. But the point is, their mindset is not aligned. So if I give you a small example, if you make a house, all right, before you start the construction, you do something called creating a blueprint. Now, what is a blueprint? A blueprint is basically the plan, how exactly the house will look, kahan darwaza hoga, kahan khidki hogi, kahan pe bedroom hoga, kahan pe living room hoga, kahan pe kitchen hoga, kitchen mein kya kya hoga. All that comes as a part of blueprint. Now, once you are making the house, you give the blueprint to the construction people, they produce the same house. Now, if you don't like the house, you can't blame the construction people because they will tell you, sir, the kind of blueprint you gave me, I created a house which matches the blueprint. What can I do if you don't like it? Then you should have changed the blueprint. Now, that blueprint in human beings is called mindset. It's called mindset. So yes, Mani, if you want to be extraordinary, then you need to have the mindset of people who are extraordinary. So आज बहुत ही powerful session करेंगे हम, where we'll discuss how you could be in top 1% of entrepreneurs and how you have to operate, which will keep you very away from everybody else, from the normal people. Now, see, business is a game everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win. But the truth is, only a few handful people actually win. Others just barely survive. Now, the point is, they don't play to win. They play to survive. So I know so many business owners by virtue of training and coaching them who are running their businesses, giving salaries, paying their rent, paying their bills, and at the end of the day, they take home almost nothing to themselves. Almost nothing. Which becomes truly pointless because business is to create wealth for yourself and for others. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we will break down what exactly those 1% extremely successful people do that separates them from the rest. So I will reveal 4 powerful ways by which, 4 core ways by which you could be one of those in the next 3 months. But the point is, you will be there only when you are willing to implement what I'm going to share with you today. If you don't implement, well, then it will remain the same. So let's understand this thing step by step. What all different core areas are there, how you can adopt those core areas, and how these core areas work, and how do they produce beautiful results in your life. So starting with the first one, that you can write down, you can make notes, guys, because you might not remember everything. The first one is called growth mindset. Now, this is the most critical element that separates the high achiever from the mediocre crowd. Every top and highly successful individual you will ever come across will tell you one thing: focus on your mindset to control your environment and reality. Now, what is growth mindset? Growth mindset means keeping an open mind, understanding fundamentals like this. The problems are there to challenge you, not to break you. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, whatever doesn't kill you will make you stronger. If you don't get results, you will get feedback. Nothing goes waste. So how do you react when things don't go your way? What's your reaction? What are you thinking? I think, अरे यार लग गए यार, खराब हो गया यार, बिगड़ गया यार, हर बार ऐसा होता है, मूड खराब हो गया. Are you thinking that, or you saying, all right, this didn't go well. So what are the 3 things I could have done different? Okay, what went well? How can I do 3 things 3 ways when I can repeat what went well? And 3 things we didn't do well, how can I do it differently? Am I taking feedback? Am I taking learning? Am I taking next step? Am I improving? Am I taking that as a setback, or I'm taking that as a feedback? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. But if you're taking that as a setback, your growth will not happen. If you're taking it as a feedback, growth will happen. So the point is, everything is a turn, not a dead end. Embrace them, face them with courage. लोग बोलते हैं impossible, impossible. I always say, impossible is a lie. It's an excuse of not knowing. Lack of knowledge creates lack of possibility in your mind. The other people in some corner of the world, they are cracking the same thing which you are unable to crack. And you're thinking it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's that you don't know how they are doing. So if you change your mindset to say that I need to learn, I need to learn, I need to learn, you will start learning. And then you'll start growing. Remember, you stop growing when you stop learning. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you start, so I have given opportunity to so many people to learn. People are not sincere. They take learning lightly and they take earning seriously. Remember, spelling of learn, L-E-A-R-N, learn, or L hata do to E-A-R-N, earn. No learn, I promise no earn. And then we feel कि किसी को हायर कर लेंगे, कोई दूसरा मुझे चमका देगा, मेरे धंधे को चमका देगा. कभी नहीं होगा. You have to know everything. You can do nothing, that's all right. But if you know nothing, big problem. So if you do not know something, invest time, energy, effort to learn. Acquire new knowledge, acquire new skills, acquire new abilities, and have people who can do it with you. Be resourceful. But all this will happen when you will have a growth mindset. If you don't have a growth mindset, then you will not do all this stuff. And that's a sad space to be. Life becomes limited. And growth mindset says, I have an open mind, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to grow. And my life is limitless. Who defines the minute any which ways? You do. Only you. That's a critical change, ladies and gentlemen, if you make in the way you think when you're faced with, see, when the situation is happy, no, high tide, even the leaking boat also goes up in a high tide. But the point is when it is not that high anymore. Right now, Corona tested the mettle of people. What were you thinking? Were you adapting and still making money? Or were you blaming the market condition, the government, the disease itself, the hospitals, and everybody around you, saying that all people are morons? What were you doing? That reflects what kind of mindset you have. It's a choice. Life is all about choices. In any given situation, you always have a choice. Choice, what will you think? Choice, what will you do? Choose wisely. Open mind, growth mindset, willing to learn. That's what separates the ordinary and the extraordinary. Willingness to learn, openness to change. Well, people don't have it. Honest to God, I've dealt with thousands of people. Unwilling to change. Closed. They will talk yap, but when you say, okay, change. Oh my God. No, hamara aisa, no, hamara waisa. Stories after stories after stories, alibis after alibis. Growth challenging. Life challenging. Results challenging. That's growth mindset, ladies and gentlemen. That's growth mindset. Shift that and you see the kind of results you get in your life. Number 2, second core mindset, progress over perfection. This is also a very big area of gap. Guys, very big area of gap. Just a minute. Very big area of gap that people do not choose, they choose for perfection. They go for perfection. They do not strive for progress. They do not strive for progress. They look for perfection. Remember, write down somewhere. Perfection is a myth. We wait for perfect time. We wait for perfect opportunity. We wait for perfect people. We wait for perfect life partner. Well, that's a myth. It's about progress. So many of us have not started so many things we want to do because we're not working on so many ideas which we have. You're in the business, planning a business, either ways. You have not worked on so many ideas which you already have in your mind. Because right now in your head, they're not perfect. See, karu ki nahi karu, karu ki nahi karu, ye kaise hoga, wo kaise hoga, ye nahi hua to, wo nahi hua to. Perfection is the myth. All you need to do is, will this help me progress in my business little bit? If the answer is yes, go. Stop giving the bullshit reason that I'm waiting for a perfect moment, perfect product, perfect service, perfect idea, perfect funding, perfect people. Bull crap. It's never going to come. Take action now. Move now. Anything which gives you progress is good. Even if it is shabby, it's okay. It's okay. When I used to do my programs earlier, and somebody told me pretty long time back, that you need to go online. I said, oh, online? I'm not good at online. I'm a people trainer. I need connect and meet people physically in the room. And then I create an impact. That's the kind of trainer I am. And they said, well, times are changing. You want to go global? I said, yeah. I said, I don't know. And then I told myself, well, if I don't know, I will do bad for some time and then I'll be fine. I mean, how bad can I do? Will this take me towards my progress? The answer was yes. I said, go. We'll see. In Gujarati, there's a line which says, Joylesh. Huh? Dekh lenge. Whatever happens, wherever happens, however it happens, we will find out and we'll improve. And we did. And I did. I mean, remember, write this also down somewhere. Every master was once a disaster. Write down somewhere. Every master was once a disaster. Trust me, I was a disaster. And so, in my 6th standard, I was told to go for an elocution contest. I mean, elocution is you have to get the topic then and there and speak. And I was so shit scared of talking that I pissed my pants. When I used to talk, I used to have a list. Kalla. बीच बीच कुछ शब्द खींचता था बात करते करते सारे नहीं. And then I said, let's start, let's begin. How bad can I do? If that's my passion, that's my dream, that's what will take to my fulfillment. I will learn, I will improve. Progress. So progress over perfection. That's what the rock stars do. So 2 mindset I've shared with you. One is growth mindset. Open to learn, willing to change, invest in learning. Takes feedback when failure happens, not setback. That's growth mindset. Then we spoke about progress over perfection. Who do not wait to be perfect, they start moving the direction if the direction is towards their goals. And then they figure it out on the freaking way. On the way. If anybody knew the right way and the right answer, God, that guy would be only God. Everybody else is succeeding because they're willing to fail more than the ordinary people. They're willing to have more setbacks than the ordinary people. Don't be scared of setbacks. उससे पैसा नहीं है. सबकी ऐसी सिद्धि की पैसा नहीं था. Attitude है, रिजल्ट आएगा, पैसा भी आएगा. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, successful people are freaking decision makers. You know, they're decision makers. I believe this is the vital factor towards your success. Every single successful person is a powerful decision maker. That means they take a call. काजू खाऊं किशमिश खाऊं, काजू खाऊं किशमिश खाऊं, काजू खाऊं किशमिश खाऊं, करूं कि नहीं करूं, ये नहीं करते रहते लाइफ में. कर डाल यार, let's take it. Either ways, they take call on things, take call on opportunities, and they're very freaking fast. Idea and strategies. They're not thinkers, they're doers. Most people think a lot. They've got millions of ideas in a year. In one day, we have got 80,000 thoughts. They've got tons of knowledge. They've got so many degrees. Where the truth of all things is, what decision have you taken to turn all those things into real, tangible success? All that has got no value if you don't take decisions to turn all those things into real, tangible success. When I talk about decision, I don't mean big decision. I mean small decision taken daily. That's an attitude of taking decision to improve business, to start some marketing technique, for some sales shift, for some operation setup, for some customer service things. Decisions are simply action you take that will lead you to business to a better position. People don't do that. They listen to करेंगे, करते नहीं है. If you take one powerful decision every day, no matter how small, in 365 days, you have got 365 decisions. You will be. But लोगों को तकलीफ है, परेशानी में डिसीजन नहीं लेते, कुछ भी उसमें घसटते रहते. So these are actions that you will take that will lead your business to a better position. Decide in Latin means cut off. Cut off. Cut off. It means commit yourself to one outcome and cut off from others. That will lead you to success. That will lead you to success. Not sure, unsure, we'll think, we'll ask, we'll discuss. देख लेंगे, समझ लेंगे, समझेंगे, देखेंगे, बताएंगे, कर देंगे, कर दिखाएंगे. Every day, so many decisions can be taken. So many changes can be brought in. So many new things can be started. So many new paths can be charted. Small ones. I'm not saying life-changing decision like perhaps you decided to get married. I don't know how it worked out for you. But that's a big decision. So I'm not talking about such decisions. Starting a business, big decision. But every day on the way, that's an attitude of decision making. Change, shift, change, this, ये कर देंगे, वो करके देखिए, ये करके देखिए, वो करके देखिए, ये नहीं चला, वो चलाओ, वो नहीं चला, वो चलाओ, चला दो, change, come on, meeting, talk, change, implement, go crazy. You see this top 1% of people in the world, they're crazy. And they love this heat, the energy, the changes, woo, they're like always charged up. That's why they make the money. Some people are like इतने दुखी कि पूरी दुनिया का बोझ गिर गया उनके ऊपर, कंधों पे, बेचारे, उनके नाजुक कंधे पे पूरी दुनिया का बोझ. Top 1% people are rock solid decision makers. Rock solid decision maker, ladies and gentlemen. Rock solid. And if you shift yourself and become that kind of decision maker, oh my God. You see the response of the world. World will stand and salute you. I promise you. Say, aap na bilkul thok dete ho turant. Yes. Yes, that's the kind of person you should become. बताया नहीं कि तू चल विक्रम वो बेताल तू बोला मैं चला. That's how you operate. And it's beautiful when you operate like that. It's lovely when you operate like that. Number 4. Be ready to change. Life is changing. Well, change is scary. Yes, it is. We all know it. And that's why most people, especially business owners, never change. They're too scared for new learnings. इतने साल से चला आ रहा है, ऐसे करते आ रहे हैं, इसी में कुछ ठीक कर लेते हैं भैया, इसको कुछ ठोक बजा के बराबर दुरुस्त कर दो ना. Because we prefer comfort over progress. The ground reality is progress or success demand change. Demand change. If you want progress, if you want success, it will demand change. So let me break down a myth for you. Okay, most of you here are in this session to learn how to do. I know you follow and watch many other people to understand how to do this, how to do that, how to grow yourself, or how to grow your business. Now let me tell you, it will never give you the results. Because most success people who will tell who you have to become to achieve your results. There is no hack. You need to become that. And that's what people don't do. You need to become a person with growth mindset. You need to become a person who prefers progress over perfection. You need to become a person who's a decision maker. You need to become a person who's willing to change. You need to become that. The moment you take a decision to change yourself and commit yourself to the result, you will figure how on the way. Now, so what you need to do is this: commit to change and be the person who is worthy of the result you want to achieve. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, look in the mirror and answer this question. Am I worthy in my current sense? Don't answer me. Answer yourself. Or I need to change to become worthy. Or I need to change to become worthy. So if you change and if you commit and you start working on yourself and you start becoming a person like this, personality shift, then you see whatever you want will be on your platter. So these are 4 ingredients that top 1% entrepreneurs use to create extraordinary results in their business and in their life. Follow these concepts. Change yourself. And I promise, focus on progress. You will win in business, and I'll tell you, you will win in life also. Even in a life, you will have beautiful results happening to you. Because when you change, your vibrations will change, your frequency will change, what you attract will change, the way you think will change, the way you behave will change, your outcomes will change along with it. So 4 powerful things, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to tell me which one you like the most and what are you going to do in your life. Number 1, you need to have a growth mindset. Number 2, you need to put progress over perfection. Number 3, you need to become a rock solid decision maker. And number 4, you should be willing to change yourself. Because only when you change yourself, things around you change. And that's how you become eventually among the top 1% people who are the movers and the shakers of the world. Trust me, they're not extraordinary. Trust me, they don't have a halo around their head. And trust me, they were not born of some different constellation, different stars were there. They were like you and me, and they took these calls. And today, they're better than us. So you want to reach there? I've given you a blueprint. You change the blueprint, you will get the results. So ladies and gentlemen, what I would want you to do is very, very quickly write down what exactly you like the most right now. What exactly you like the most, and what exactly would you like to change in yourself to get the kind of results you want to get in your life. Do that very quickly. All right, Ayush, over to you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I can add anything that could give you more value than what Sir has already given you. He's broken it down very beautifully, that 4 pieces that are very important for you to shift within you so that you can achieve the kind of results that we always want. And these are very strong internal changes that each and every one of us must go through. So these are the four, as he said rightly, that this is the blueprint. Now you've got the blueprint. The construction is based on this blueprint. So you need to make sure that first of all, before getting the construction started, your blueprint is in the right place. So make sure you start bringing about these changes within you. Becoming a better decision maker, committing yourself to a certain result, being ready to change, focusing on progress over perfection, and that's where you will be able to shape yourself into a better human being, right? And not only a human being, you will also be able to shape yourself into a much more powerful entrepreneur yourself, right? So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to give you a link, so that any questions that you have on the concept that we have shared, anything that sir has told you about the top 1% movers and shakers of the world, you can ask us questions. Any business queries you have, that also is welcome. But I would like to keep the focus today on the core framework that sir has given us, and I want you to really dwell deep, and I want you to don't take this as a motivational conversation. Introspect, take this personally, that this is for me, and understand and try to dwell in yourself. अपने अंदर झांकिए, अपने अंदर घुसिए, और वो गहन चिंतन करना पड़ेगा कि भाई क्या क्या मुझे इन पीसेस में बदलना है. तो पर्सनली लीजिए इस चीज को. डोंट टेक दिस एज मोटिवेशन कि यार मैं, दैट्स ट्रू दैट if I see all the successful people, they are very good decision makers. And when we say decision makers, we don't mean that, oh, you know what, at the right opportunity they took the right decision. No, they are decision makers. कर लेते हैं, आगे बढ़ते हैं, चलो, let's do it, okay, let's try, okay, how about this? So they keep moving forward, they focus on progress, they're ready to change. तो क्या बदलाव अपने अंदर ला सकते हैं? मैं चाहता हूं कि इस पे आप कहीं ना कहीं थॉट डालिए, इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करिए. तो आत्मचिंतन जो बोलते हैं ना, कि खुद से सोचना कि हाँ यार, ये 4 एलिमेंट हैं जो मुझे सर ने बताए हैं, जिन पे मुझे काम करना है. कौन से एलिमेंट पे सबसे ज्यादा काम करना है, कौन से एलिमेंट को सबसे ज्यादा मुझे टाइट करना है. एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट, एनी क्वेश्चंस यू हैव, यू कैन चेक योर चैट विंडो. आई हैव गिवन यू अ लिंक. You can put in your questions over there, and we'll see if we can answer them, and we'll see if we can find solutions together. In case if you're not able to find a solution right now, we'll see if we can find that together. But the key takeaway, जो की टेकअवे है, जो मैं चाहता हूं कि इस सेशन से, और आई एम श्योर सर भी यही चाहते हैं इस सेशन से, इज दैट शिफ्ट योरसेल्फ. ग्रोथ माइंडसेट की तरफ फोकस लाना है, प्रोग्रेस की तरफ फोकस लेके आना है, डिसीजंस की तरफ फोकस लेकर के आना है, एंड चेंज की तरफ लेके आना है. ये 4 एलिमेंट्स अगर आपके सेंटर ऑफ फोकस बन जाते हैं, देन यू आर गोइंग इन द राइट डायरेक्शन, माय डियर फ्रेंड. You don't need to worry that am I doing it right or wrong. You're doing it right. It could require थोड़े बहुत permutation combinations, but eventually that you are in the right direction, right? So this is what we had in store today, and I believe it's one of the most powerful session as an entrepreneur that you can go through. And these are, a lot of people feel that कि यार कहीं हमें सही स्ट्रैटेजी मिल जाए. मेरे पास ना एक्चुअली सही मार्केटिंग की स्ट्रैटेजीज नहीं है, मेरे पास सही सेल्स की प्रोसेस नहीं है, मेरे पास सही टीम नहीं है. दैट इज द कोर रीजन दैट आई एम नॉट एबल टू अचीव द काइंड ऑफ रिजल्ट. दैट कुड बी अ पॉसिबिलिटी. आई अग्री, right? You do need a good marketing strategy, you do need a good sales strategy, you do need good people in your team. But let me tell you, nothing will work even if you have the best team, you have the best sales strategy, you have the best marketing funnels. Still, if your mindset, and if internally as an entrepreneur, as a leader, you are not sorted, these vehicles will not give you result. ये सब vehicles हैं. The business that you are doing is a vehicle which is helping you achieve certain results in different areas of your life, whether it's fulfillment about what you do, or whether it's the monetary compensation that you get, the kind of money you have, or the kind of lifestyle you're able to lead, or the kind of fulfillment you're able to provide to your family. It's a byproduct. But the center of all this, the center of your universe is you. And if we are not working on ourselves, and we are not working on building ourselves and changing ourselves and adapting ourselves and upgrading ourselves, then we are not taking the necessary actions to grow. So this is a very important element that I really want each and every one of you to think. Give it some time to sink in, so that you can really grasp the concept that he's shared with you, which I believe is invaluable. And I believe this is that 20% piece which results for 80% of success in the world, right? वो 80-20 Pareto's principle चलता है. So this is that 20% of the entire, elements that can lead you to results. And this 20%, if you fix it, 80% of your results are going to be in the right place. And you can see that in most sorted and top-notch business owners, that they are sorted. They're extremely sorted when it comes to the thought process, or those element of decisions. All these things are very sorted. So that's where you need to also focus, and that's where you also need to start directing your efforts. Okay, so I think we've started getting some questions, guys. You need to check your chat box. आपके चैट बॉक्स में मैंने कुछ एक लिंक दी है गूगल फॉर्म की. वो गूगल फॉर्म पे आप अपने सवाल पूछ सकते हैं. कोई भी कॉन्सेप्ट आज जो हमने डिस्कस करा है, टॉप 1% एंटरप्रेन्योर्स का, कि क्या किस तरीके से वो ऑपरेट करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से उनके रिजल्ट्स आर मच डिफरेंट देन व्हाट वी डू. प्लीज फील फ्री टू क्लिक ऑन दैट गूगल फॉर्म, एंड यू कैन आस्क मी क्वेश्चंस. You can sort out your queries wherever you have a confusion, and we would be more than happy to help you. Okay, so Raj is asking, how to identify those change elements? Generally, as human being, you are hooked on to your own thoughts, feelings, strategies, and deem them to be the perfect way of doing and thinking. Very good question, Raj. I think वो framework already sir ने आपको दिया है. 4 parameters दिए हैं. Growth mindset का एक parameter दिया है, and you need to assess yourself. No one can assess you. You are your own judge. This is what my thought process is. कि आपको अपने आप को assess करना है इन parameters पे, कि if things go wrong, जैसे सर ने कहा कि if things go wrong, do you take feedback or are you into setback? तो यहाँ आपको introspection चालू करना है कि okay, do I have a growth mindset? Am I a decision maker? Am I a proactive decision maker? Am I ready to change things, or I am too adamant to not change, or I am someone who likes the comfort zone, कि नहीं जो चल रहा है वैसे चलने देते हैं, ज़्यादा रिस्क नहीं लेते हैं. So you need to assess yourself in these 4 parameters, right? Whether you have the growth mindset or not, whether you have progress focus or not, whether you have decision focus or not, and whether you have a focus on changing yourself. If these are the things that you keep on doing, then internally you're sorted. Internally, then you're in the right space. Then next step is external changes. Dr. Ashok is asking, how to take an effective decision when multiple options are there, or a probability of financial loss and compliance issues anticipated. Well, I think Dr. Saab, ये तो हर जगह कहीं ना कहीं रहेगा ही रहेगा, that every decision that you will take will have a repercussion, right? You will have somewhere something to lose. But the idea is to simply assess कि ये progress की तरफ लेके जाएगा या नहीं लेके जाएगा. Risk element तो सब जगह रहेगा. You cannot remove risk from the decision. There is no risk-free decision. You can assess the risk. आप assess कर सकते हो risk. आप समझ सकते हो कि risk के against gain कितना है, और what all efforts would be required, and then take an educated decision, take an informed decision. But risk के साथ ही लेना होगा. You can't remove risk from the equation. Risk will always be there. But what you need to focus on is whether this is a progress based decision or not. Next is, what exactly am I looking for in progress over perfection? Like I'm a gym manufacturer, so the final product should be perfect. If not perfect, the customer will complain. So in this manner, what progress am I looking for? I sound a bit confused because I am. Please clear my confusion. Okay. I can totally relate to your question. So when we talk about progress over perfection, is a lot of times we get stuck with this problem कि perfect करना है मेरे को इस चीज को. ये जब तक 100% perfect नहीं हो जाता है, I am not ready to roll this out, right? Now, you necessarily have to shift from this mindset ke, okay, what can I do for now, whatever is within my power, within my capacity, that will help me the version which is good enough to roll out. Okay, so possibility hai, see, understand, eventually there is always room for upgradations, right? You'll always come up with better things. If you look in the past, you will see कि यार अब इससे और बेहतर कर सकता हूँ, फिर आप सोचोगे अब इससे और बेहतर कर सकता हूँ. There is always room for improvement, right? What we are trying to tell you is, we are trying to tell you that even if you're a manufacturer, you have produced a certain product, we agree that you need to make sure that the product is completely safe. You need to make sure that it follows all the compliances which are necessary for you to roll out in the market. And at the same time, you also need to make sure that you're not too stuck at perfectionism, that because of making it perfect, you're not rolling it out only. So the problem gets when जब लोग सालों साल तक उस चक्कर में अटक जाते हैं कि करूंगा ही नहीं, आगे ही नहीं बढ़ूंगा. Even if it's 99.99%, I will not do it. I only want 100%. That's where you are in trouble. If every other organization would have stuck themselves for the best version of their product or service, they would have never launched their version 1. So Amit sir हमेशा एक चीज सिखाते हैं जो बहुत powerful learning है कि work on the version 1. There is always room to create version 2, version 3, version 4. बहुत सारे versions आप create कर सकते हो. Don't get yourself stuck that I will only launch my product or service when I have the perfect product and service. I need the design to be perfect. I need the functions to be perfect. Don't wait for it. You feel that this is a product which is following the compliance, got a good design, is good to go, and this right now is the maximum effort that you put in. Roll it out. Then there is always room for the next version. So no problem. Then next is growth mindset need a little more elaboration. So Ravi, growth mindset, जैसे सर ने बताया, is simply how do you respond at different situations. Okay, how do you actually tackle different situations in life when you're stuck? Do you feel that you're in a setback, or do you try to understand why am I stuck? What can I do differently? So constantly focusing on growth, constantly focusing on what can I do different is where your mindset changes to growth mindset. Most people, let me tell you, जो सर हमेशा हमारे साथ बोलते हैं, and this has been instrumental in growing me, for my growth, is that never be a part of the problem. Earlier when I was associated with sir, and I started my journey from being an intern to now being a director in the company, a lot of times when I used to get stuck, I used to always tell him, sir, ye problem ho gaya hai, sir, we are stuck there, and are ye samajh nahi aa raha hai, and this is a problem with this person, this is a problem with this system, ye to phas gaye hum. And always he used to tell me, don't tell me the problem, tell me how will you solve it. Tell me how will you solve it. Take your time, no problem. Take 1 hour, take 2 hours. Think how will you solve it. Think what will you do different. What's the alternative? And that's when it struck me that he truly is a person who functions from a growth mindset. Most of us get stuck with this. We get so, we get so stuck in the situation that we are not able to eject ourselves from the equation. He is a human being who can eject himself from the equation. इक्वेशन से बाहर आकर के देखते हैं कि हाँ यार प्रॉब्लम है इक्वेशन में, अब क्या अलग करें जिससे इक्वेशन सॉल्व हो जाए. हम फंस जाते हैं इक्वेशन में. I think that's one of the key areas of life mastery, which I'm still learning from him. That how do you get out of the equation, and how do you think, how do I fix this? I know I'm stuck. I know I'm trying my level best to fix certain things, but what do I do differently? Constantly focusing on this thought itself is a growth mindset. I think that gives you a clarity on this. Okay. Subhash is asking, want to change the mindset? Well, these are the parameters, my dear friend. It requires a lot of discipline. I agree. Mindset is not something ke aaj aapne 4 points samjhe, or you got pumped up and then suddenly you are a different human being. But yes, it's a decision. The moment you understand the logic, the moment you understand, yes, this is a better way of operating, then commit yourself to change. See, it's a decision. And I firmly believe that, a lot of people say that, it took me so many years to change this habit. It took me so many years to come out of this problem. while I still remember I was in one of Tony Robbins' session, and he said, you know what, people say change takes a lot of time, but the truth is you didn't take all these years to change. You actually took that one moment when you decided no more. अब नहीं आ रही है, अब कुछ अलग. So it was actually that one powerful moment that came after so many years. So it's not that over the years that you've changed, it's that one moment. So decide. जो सर ने बोला ना पैरामीटर के, take decisions. रवि, progress over perfection, as I said, लोग फंस जाते हैं. सर ने जैसे बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से इलैबोरेट करा कि लोग परफेक्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी चाहते हैं, लोग चाहते हैं परफेक्ट आइडिया हो मेरे पास, परफेक्ट फंडिंग हो मेरे पास, परफेक्ट टाइमिंग हो मेरा, परफेक्ट फाइनेंसेस हो, परफेक्ट लाइफस्टाइल हो मेरा. ये सारी चीज़ें जब आएंगी तो मैं डिसीजन लूंगा, तो मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा, तो मैं अगला स्टेप लूंगा. बट द रियलिटी इज दैट नेवर हैपन्स. फॉर दैट टू हैपन यू नीड टू टेक डिसीजन नाउ. इट्स लाइक यू आर टेलिंग के यार जब मेरा पौधा उग जाएगा ना तो मैं बीज उगाऊंगा. That's never going to happen. If you don't sow the seed now, the plant will never come to life. So that's what he's trying to tell you, that focus on progress. Take small steps which might not be up to the mark to you. We have done so many such things. When we started with so many different ventures and so many different ideas and so many different campaigns and so many different ways of serving our customers, a lot of things we knew कि ये 100% perfect नहीं है. This is still work in progress, but we still went ahead and did it because we knew that on the way certain things will get improved. Version 1 launch karo, focus on launching the version 1, and version 2 and 3 will automatically start coming in, right? So that's where he tells you to focus on progress. He's telling you that don't get stuck with perfectionism. Okay, perfect opportunity, perfect timing, एवरीथिंग इज परफेक्ट और मेरे पास सारा समय है लाइफ का और फिर मैं कुछ उतरूंगा, वो नहीं होगा कभी. दैट्स अ मिथ, राइट? लेट मी सी, मोर क्वेश्चंस आर कमिंग इन. होल्ड ऑन. How to overcome the need for improvement in delivering, because not satisfying is delivering, giving less than the best to the client. Akshay, I totally agree with you that you always feel that you want to give the best, and in fact that's a very good habit that you have, that you always have the need of improving and delivering, which is a good thought process. That's what I told you, sir. That's how he pushes us. That's the core mindset from which he also drives. ठीक है, ये कर लिया, अब बेहतर क्या कर सकते हैं इसमें? Never. I'll tell you, in my experience of working with him from the past 5 years and doing, I don't know, hundreds and thousands of events and trainings and coaching, never we do the same thing, or never we do the same stuff. There is always a session after every training, every module. Okay, और क्या करें बेहतर? इसको कैसे बेहतर करें? इसके एक्सपीरियंस को कैसे बेहतर करें? इसको कैसे और बेहतर आर्टिकुलेट करें, और वैल्यू कैसे ऐड करें, क्या कर सकते हैं? और इफ नॉट एवरी डे, एटलीस्ट every 10-15 days. That's how he pushes us. That's how he, that's the mechanism of how we work, and he is focused on making sure that everything is moving towards a better version, not the perfect version. He never tells us कि perfect बना के दो मेरे को, नहीं, इससे बेहतर करके दो, बोले इससे एक वर्जन बेहतर बनाओ. That's where he drives, and that's where I have seen that is the game changer. Every time he's able to focus on how can we improve this. So where your thought process is perfectly fine, but don't get stuck in the perfection wala thing. Improving it is good. So that's how you need to focus on. All right, let's see more questions. Okay, what else is there? How to convince people about your decision even if earlier decisions were wrong and they don't trust you for that? Very good question, Nikhil. कि कैसे कन्विंस करा जाए और किस तरीके से लोगों को लाया जाए. तो सर एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज सिखाई है सर ने, which I believe all of us in the organization have been using it, is a concept of enrollment. Okay, now enrollment is not convincing. First of all, you can't convince anyone. Because convincing is basically you want someone to come on board for something that you want in your life. So I would rather say don't convince, enroll, which basically he tells you is to persuade people. परसुएशन का मतलब क्या है? परसुएशन का मतलब है कि लोगों को बताया जाए कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, इसके पीछे का रीजन क्या है और इससे क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा. Be authentic. And that also one thing that he always tells me, which I very vividly remember, is he tells you that not everyone is going to come on board. It's okay. Even the closest of people will not come on board. Sometimes that could be the reality, and it's all right. अगर आपको क्लैरिटी है आपके विजन की, आपको क्लैरिटी है आपके आइडियाज की, आपको क्लैरिटी है वेयर डू यू वांट टू मूव फॉरवर्ड, you try to enroll people. They might not come immediately. It'll take some time for people to come, but they'll eventually come. Because if they're near and dear and they truly love you from their heart, they'll at the end of the day, they'll see your reasons and they'll understand you. It's okay if they're not understanding at this moment. You don't have to make sure that everybody understands you. Okay. This is what has been my biggest learning. Okay, just a minute. Let me just sort it out. More questions are coming in. Thank you for the answer. Helped a lot. All these parameters are related to each other, right? Like if I have the decision to make, and I'm solid decision maker, so I must go through all the three departments. Absolutely correct, Nupur, that you have, Nirupam, you have to go through all these changes. Growth mindset lana hoga, progress over perfection lana hoga. All these parameters have to be done. In construction rental, what value I am providing, how that can bring to limelight to customers. Okay, a little different topic, but yes, there's a concept called value ladder. और value ladder is basically आप क्या और कर सकते हैं अपने customer के लिए. How can you add more value in your customer's life is what you think of. Now, how do you do this? You do this by writing it on a pen and paper. आप rental services में हैं या rental construction में, whatever you are, you write down what all things does your customer require and make a list of everything that you can do. जो भी चीजें आप कर सकते हैं उनके लिए, ये करूंगा तो भी उसके लाइफ में वैल्यू आ सकती है, ये भी उसको सपोर्ट दे सकता है, ये भी उसको और फर्दर वैल्यू एडिशन दे सकता है. सब कुछ लिख लो. जितना भी अजीब लगे, जितना भी इम्प्रैक्टिकल लगे, लिख लो. पहला काम लिखना है. 15, 20, 25, 30 आइडियाज लिख लो कि ये सब करूंगा तो चांसेस है कि कंपेटिटर से अलग हो जाऊंगा, कुछ और वैल्यू दे पाऊंगा, बेहतर ऑफर दे पाऊंगा, बेहतर डील दे पाऊंगा. नाउ आफ्टर दैट स्ट्राइक डाउन थिंग्स दैट आर एब्सोल्युटली नॉट पॉसिबल, कि ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता है, मतलब ये नहीं कर पाऊंगा, इससे जस्टिस नहीं कर पाऊंगा. आई एम 100% श्योर 2 or 3 things you will find which is addition to your core service or product which will add value in your customer's life, and for that you can create a good offer, and for that you can ask for more money. Okay. Ashok Kumar is asking how to know that change is required, whether it is always or there is or things are not going well. Well, you look at your results, my dear friend. Look at all your results in all areas of your life, and if you feel that you are at your 100%, very good, thumbs up. You're doing a great job. If you feel कि नहीं यार, मेरे results in my business are not up to the mark, मेरे results in my relationships are not up to the mark, मेरे results with my my health are not up to the mark, any area of your life where you feel that you are not up to the mark, that's where you need to change. So it's a very simple process jahan pe you just need to assess yourself that are you happy with the results that you are achieving in each and every area. If you are happy, then good. If you're not happy, you feel there is a gap, then there is a need to change. All right, the last question is, small progressive decision every day may affect the SOP existing in the business. How to balance that? Okay, so when we talk about small changes, we don't mean that you change everything in your business every day. वो तो possible ही नहीं है. When we say small changes of progress, which means what can you do better? Even when you're creating an SOP, so SOP is for the general functions of the business कि किस तरीके से हर एक डिपार्टमेंट फंक्शन करेगा, क्या उनके MIS होंगे, क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन फ्लो होगी, कौन किसको रिपोर्ट करेगा, किस तरीके से पूरी प्रोसेस रन करी जाएगी. Now, if at a certain point of time you find something that is more efficient, then you need to update it. You can't just sit on an older process which is less effective. If you've got a better process, you introduce that better process, no problem. And there is a possibility not every day you will find a better process. Change and small progressive steps could be in any area. आपके सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट का भी हो सकता है, बिजनेस की स्ट्रेटजी का भी हो सकता है, बिजनेस के आइडिया का भी हो सकता है, ऑपरेशन का भी हो सकता है, सेल्स का भी हो सकता है, किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट का हो सकता है, नॉट नेसेसरली in terms of your SOP. But if you do find a better process to do a particular task, I urge you to update it. If you do find a better method to operate your business, update it. I mean, that's the logical decision to make, right? Okay, we've got 2 more questions. Let's take. What exactly you mean by growth mindset? I don't think my workshop are going to the relax, don't have a growth mindset. Okay, so Raj is asking, what do you mean by growth mindset? And he's feeling that, okay, whoever is joining the coach, necessarily will have a growth mindset. Okay, so Raj, when we talk about growth mindset, it is about how you function in all areas of your life, right? Taking a decision to associate with a coach, definitely a growth oriented decision, but that's one decision that you've taken in one area of your life. There are other areas as well, and even in those areas, and even in the way you operate in business, you still have a lot of things where you get stuck. You have a lot of ways in which you get stuck because of the way you think. प्रॉब्लम आ गई तो मैं कैसे सोचता हूँ, मैं कैसे डील करता हूँ सिचुएशन से, मैं किस तरीके से उसको लेता हूँ, मेरे लिए कोई फीडबैक आता है तो मैं कैसे फंक्शन करता हूँ, बिजनेस में चैलेंजेस आते हैं तो हाउ डू आई रिएक्ट, how do I maintain my calm and composure, how do I maintain my team, how do I project myself in front of my team. There are thousands of areas where you react and respond. So when you adapt a growth mindset, you have the ability to, number one, eject yourself from the equation. जैसे मैंने सर का एग्जांपल दिया था कि जब भी मैं उनको पर्सनली बताता था कि सर ये इशू हो गया और ये प्रॉब्लम आ गई और हम ये फिगर आउट नहीं कर पा रहे और मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि ये कैसे हम करेंगे, या ये तो बार बार हम इसी प्रॉब्लम में फंस रहे हैं, एंड देन ही इज कॉन्स्टेंटली वन पर्सन हु विल से ओके व्हाट डू वी डू डिफरेंट. दैट्स ओके, डोंट बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम, be a part of solution. Think and tell me how will you do it differently. So building that mindset is completely different, and working on that is completely different, right? So that's where you need to focus on कि मेरे को बहुत small scale पे अपने आप को micro observe करना होगा कि in different areas how am I reacting, what are my natural responses and reactions, and are they focused towards growth? If they are, very good. If not, then you know what changes needs to be done. All right. So that is what I wanted to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. And we would be doing more such sessions and we'll be getting more value. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here in this session. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us, and thank you so much for asking all your questions from your heart, and I hope we were able to give you clarity. And I still believe this is one of the most powerful sessions that is done. And focus on yourself, think on yourself, commit yourself to change certain pieces, and I'm 100% sure you will not only be a better human being, you'll also be a better business owner. So with that note, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you in the next one.